Hello everyone, my name is John and welcome to Dig, Build and Grow. This is my web channel, and one of the things we're going to be talking about today is the digging part and building part, and maybe some growing parts, growing pains, some projects that I'm doing, those type of things, building, making progress on some of the things I want to accomplish, and you know, doing some digging, which also involves the growth process. What we're going to look at today is got my metal building up. You can see on my other channels, other videos I released. I'm in the process of doing some interior work on here. I have a living quarter in here, and so I am working on that. And I moved some stuff over. This is going to be a storage building, and we completed, I did some framing in here, and you can see where I'm getting ready to put up walls. I've got to get it insulated, and electrical run over here. A lot of things I got to get done, but yesterday or the day before, we started on the epoxy floor and on the living quarter. Since this is just going to be like a temporary thing for me, staying temporary, it's not like long term, I didn't want to put down any carpet or laminated flooring or anything like this. It's going to be easy cleanup. So I had garage experts of Knoxville come over, and they put this epoxy floor down for me, and it was finished, and we got a clear coat finish on it. And so now I'm waiting for the temperature to get warm enough in here so that I can start putting some foam insulation around, and then I will start framing and then come in with some bat insulation around and do the electrical and everything like that. I've got the electrical company, local electrical company. They're going to come in, and we're going to put my service meter right here, and or my service panel right here, and on the outside right here we're going to put the meter right here. And I've got my grounding rods, I got my meter socket, I got my panel, I got my service cable, got my ground rods, and like I said, in the cable. And you can see the orange tape on those trees. I don't know if you can see it or not, but that's the direction of the pole to the street. So they came out and looked at my project, and it's approximately from the pole to the building, it's approximately 375 feet. And so they said that they could not run a service line that far. They only like to go with 200 feet. So we're going to bring in, I'm going to dig a trench that's going to be 4 foot deep from the pole to about right in here where you see that red gate, somewhere right in this area. And they're going to put a transformer right there. And then from there, I got to dig a trench that's 3 feet deep across here over to where the service will be connected. So they gave me a price on that, and so now I've got to figure out how I'm going to do this and pay for it. But so I'll get that, and I'm looking forward to getting electricity. I may, since I've got to rent the equipment to dig the trench for the electrical service, I may come over like 3 feet and dig a trench for the water supply and put in a water line from the road over here as well while I'm digging, and get at least the water line in while I've got the equipment rented. But I'm going to talk to the water department about where the meter is going to be placed so I can get an approximate of where to start. So anyway, so I just moved a bunch of stuff in here from my house and cleaning out closets and those type of things, and we're eventually, I have to get this project here organized. But today I've got my four-wheeler over here, and it hasn't been run in almost a year. I've got a battery for it, So I'm going to put my battery on here and see if I can get this thing cranked up, because I got to get it away from the wall, and so I can move some of these shelves that I've got up against the wall for right now. So that's what I'm fixing to do today. And I may go over, and I probably will, I'm going to re-walk the path I've marked out and see if there's any way I can get around some of the big trees with a 12-inch bucket without having to dig up some of those big old trees. It may cost me a little bit more because of conduit, because of curving versus straight. But anyway, that's what I'm going to check out today. I'm still running everything off a generator, and I'm getting tired of that. And but anyway, I'm going to get this four-wheeler going, and we'll turn it back on. I got a part of my deer stand, a climbing deer stand down in the woods, and I'm going to see if I can get that going, my four-wheeler, and we'll take a ride down there and see if we can retrieve that and bring it back up here to the shed. Okay, well, I'm going to let you go for right now, and I'll bring you back when I get that machine started. All right, later. All right, I got her running. She's been sitting up about a year, and she wanted to crank when I put the fuel starter in it, but it wouldn't run. And I looked, the gas cutoff valve was off. And then I said, okay, so I turned that on, cranked it, wanted to crank, and it didn't. I looked in the tank, well, it runs on gas, and there was no gas in it. So put some gas in it, hit it with a starter fluid a couple of times, and she kicked right off. So I've been letting her warm up since she's been sitting so long. And we're going to hop on her and go out through the woods and see if we can get that part of my climbing stand out of the tree down there. Okay, I'll get you caught up in a minute. I cut through here some time ago. Maybe I can still get through here. Oh yeah, I see it. I think I'm just gonna sit here, let it idle while I go get that climber off that tree down there. Hope it doesn't go dead, because I don't know if I can get it started again. Yep, it went dead. I had a tree break off. Well, I guess that was during the ice. It broke off up there. And I had that climber. I just come down here and sit on it sometimes. There's some nice rubs down here on some cedar trees. He's got 2 or 3 rubs down there where he came through here on this edge. I don't know, that's one I might have killed last day of the season. Anyway, I'm going to get this climber off of here and take it back up there close to the shop. Okay, I'll get it turned back on when I get it off. All right, made it back. Need to take this thing and have somebody knows how to adjust the carburetor on it. But anyway, I got this climber back, and I'm gonna go put it out here on a tree. I'm thinking about selling them. I have two. Well, I have three. I got that one in the floor that I use sometimes. I don't use it as much because I'm a lot older, and I just bought a bunch of ladder stands since I own my own property. And I've had these climbing stands for a long time. This one that was hanging on the tree over here, I won that one in a drawing a long time ago. These are Summit stands. And the first one right here was before they introduced cables, and I've had that one a long time. It served me well. And then they came out with a cable system. I think this is the first cable system they came out with. I have replaced the cables because it is old, and I've enjoyed both of them. They're very light, and I've killed a lot of deer out of deer stands. When I used to hunt public lands, and you never know what you're going to get because you got other hunters encroaching on you. And I'm going to get this string up that I use for my rifle and get this laid up here and out of the way. And again, I'm sniffling. And but anyway, back to the deer stand. And I've used them a lot over the years. I was a obsessed deer hunter for years and years, and I've killed a lot of nice bucks. And as I'm getting older, that's weaning, and I can't stand the cold weather as much as I used to. So anyway, I think I'm gonna sell those two real cheap next fall. And excuse me on my sniffling again. Let's take a little tour of the possible electrical and water supply line. I still think I got to take down this bunch of trees right in here on the edge. And the electrical engineer from the electrical power company came out, and I was telling him, we've walked it, and he suggested I just dig around those big trees. And I may end up doing that because after I had the conversation and everything, but I got to rent the right equipment to dig the trench. And I want to work to dig the trench. And I may be able to bring it right through here and just remove some of those trees right there and come around. I don't have to move these big trees right here because that's right in line with the pole. But I really only have to take down these small trees. And remember, I got to put in a water line too when I do this. And when I talk to the water, I may talk to them about putting the gas line down too, while I'm just putting the pipe in the ground. But anyway, the pole's right there next to that big tree. You can see where I got I don't know if you can see it or not, but I got an orange surveyor tie on that cedar tree. So I could take it right there and just take down a few trees right here, go right up through here and get up there and just make a slow 90-degree turn back toward there, and I wouldn't have to take down all those big trees. It wouldn't be a straight line. May take a few more feet of pipe to do that, but at least I won't have to take down as many trees. They did call me back and give me the price. They told me that I walked it off with my little roller meter that and I got about 350 feet approximately. And he told me that they didn't like running it over 200 feet for a 200 amp. So they said he would have to put a transformer over there. And so that's what we're going to do. I think I can make that work, actually. I can go right through here with it. That's almost a direct shot. There's the pole right there, so I would have to just come right through here and take out those trees over here and put my water line and gas line over here and make that turn and come right through here. That might work out a whole lot better. So I got to get on the phone and see what it's going to cost me to rent a piece of equipment. And I got to sync that up with the day that they would come out here and put the service in so that I can backfill it when they're through. I guess I could do it by hand, but that's a lot of dirt. Okay, well, I'm not sure what I'm going to do next, so I'm just going to break off here, and I've got another project laying over here that I want to work on. It's a gate. I may replace my gate that I come in here on with this one. It's very nice. Needs some work done on it. I'm thinking about that. Well, I'm going to go in here and take this tarp and cloth off. We put that up there just in case we got too much dust from the epoxy grinding. When the guy from let's see, it was Garage Experts of Knoxville that put my epoxy floor down. They did a great job. I mean, they always have. I've seen a lot of other jobs that they've done. They're really great. Great for garages and shops and